So what's up guys, today is a new series of a battlecat and let's say stick with legacy type of a game, which is just two base, you spawn units and then they fight, try to destroy the opposing tower. Let's just, yeah, tower. Let's say tower. And I prepared the costume, the player units, there's only one enemy unit, player base, and enemy base. It's basically the white face and red face, I don't know. Just mad face, normal face, let's just say. Let's go to variables. There's old HP, private variable for the enemy base, and the enemy base HP and player base HP. Those two are the public ones. And then player base, another old base HP for the sprite only. Enemy base, health, launch cool for the sprite only. Player units, health, and launch cool for the sprite only. But what you're gonna do is not create this enemy units for now. You're just gonna create player units and then basically duplicate the sprite and then flip everything. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So what you're going to start off with is when green flag is clicked, you're going to hide. And then actually what you're going to do is go to variables, get a set player base HP and then enemy base HP to a very big value. For example, like 1,000. That may look big or that may look small to some of you, but 1,000 is approximately the good value. And now what you're going to do is when green flag is clicked, and then show, go to the back layer, and then you're going to set health to 10, and then set launch cool, which is right here, to 10. And then you're going to go to approximately here, and then you're going to repeat until and less than and touching. So you're gonna repeat until touching edge and Y position is greater than 200. And then when that ends, we're gonna delete this clone. But the thing is, you can actually have this as a forever loop and then not have these codes. But this just maybe if the code doesn't work for whatever reason. So you're gonna go to variables, get a change health, change launch cool by -1, and then you're going to do if else touching enemy units, and then you won't have enemy units for now. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have like mouse pointer or something, and you're gonna add comment enemy, so you can replace it with touching enemy when you actually create the enemy unit. But for now, for me, I'm just gonna leave it enemy units. But I'm just gonna just so I can remind you guys, I'm just gonna leave a comment saying enemy like that. And then what you're gonna do is go to looks, get a set. You're going to set brightness effect to 75. So basically what this is we're making the hit detection, and now that we know we're hit, we're going to change health by -1. I know there are stronger units that can be created and then they will deal more damage, but this is the basic system, so you can follow up with me the change health -1 for now. We can change that up on other episodes. So now what you're going to do is get an if statement, and if launch cool is less than 1, then what you're going to do is we're going to set launch cool back to 10, like this. Stop that running. And then you're going to just change X by, and then we can change X by like -12. This is a quick pushback, so yeah. And then we can wait 0.15 second. That'll make it so it won't move. So basically stun effect and stuff. And then now what you're going to do is get an if outside this launch cool if statement. So if health is less than 1, then we're going to delete this clone because that means it's dead. And then now what you're going to do is wait 0.25 outside the health if statement, and then you're going to clear graphic effects like this. So that is basically the hit detection complete. And now you're going to move on to the moving. If touching, oops, undo that. If touching the enemy tower, so enemy base, so you could have enemy base right now. If you don't, you can create it right now. So create enemy base, with the costume if you want to. You can make a costume later. If touching enemy base, then you're going to change X by negative 2.5 is a good value. This will go there and then change 2.5. You may be asking why the if statement goes before. It has to go before because if you don't, the hit detection will just go weird. And then later on, it won't be able to damage the enemy tower. So that is the way to go. And then you can go to control. When I start as a clone, repeat until, or actually, let's just do forever. Forever if, and then touching the enemy base, so you can duplicate that. It'll be faster, maybe. And then you can do change enemy base HP by -1. And then you can wait 0.2 seconds, like that. And then that's basically all for this. And then now you can just duplicate this, and then draw your enemy costume, and then switch these all around. You just don't need this, and then everything's good. This has to be, Y position is less than -200, and then stuff like that. And switch this to player units, and then 12 rather than -12, and touching player base. You wouldn't have player base for now, but you can duplicate the enemy base and then have the player base. And then switch this to 2.5 and -2.5, like that. And then switch this to player base and player base HP. And that should be all good. There you go. So now I'm gonna do is copy this, delete this, and rename it enemy units, and then delete and paste like that. So that is basically the enemy unit created. Now if we go, I can spawn these units because I coded this. But now actually one thing I forgot, you have to change the spawn location like this. Up arrow, down arrow, then those two will go on ahead and fight now. So now that that's all done, we have to code with this because, yeah, that basically doesn't have anything for now. And before we do, actually, I'm showing you're gonna get those shown, and then you can double click on these to change their thing. And I'm gonna put it under these, or you can right click, and then there's these. You can switch to the large layout thingy, and you can have them shown and stuff. And for the enemy base, so what you're gonna do is when green flag is clicked, wait 0 seconds. There's a reason why you have to do that, because sometimes Scratch does weird stuff. We're going to set old HP to enemy base HP. As I said, this was created, like, yeah, I created this variable before I started recording, so you can make that. And then you're going to do forever if not equals old HP is equal to enemy base HP. You're going to set brightness effect like this to 75. And we're going to set old HP to enemy base HP. You're going to wait and then clear graphic effects and wait. And then you're going to switch this to 0.1 and 0.05. And you can get this, drag it into player base, and then just make sure to switch anything. So enemy base HP to player base HP, like this, and it should be all good. So now if we run it, and then if I click down arrow and up arrow, it should spawn these guys, and then, yeah, the good guys are going to win because I spawned more of them for whatever reason. And then now they start damaging the enemy towers too. So that's going to be all for this episode, and I'm going to come back next time with, I don't know, actually spawning buttons and stuff, and maybe stronger units, you know? Let's just see how this video goes. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will be back in the next episode, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace!